When it comes to getting engagement on Instagram, timing isn't everything, but it does matter, and we have the data to prove it. We analyzed over 9.6 million Instagram posts to figure out exactly when content gets the most engagement. And what we found was fascinating. There are clear patterns in when posts perform best, and some of them are genuinely quite surprising. In the next few minutes, I'm going to break down the best times to post on Instagram in 2026, the times you should probably be avoiding, and how to easily optimize your posting schedule based on the latest best times to post in Buffer. I'm also going to explain how to find your personal best time to post, because every audience is different. These data points are trends, very helpful starting points, and definitely worth experimenting with, but I definitely recommend sticking around until the end, and I will help you drill down on when your personal best posting time might be. I promise it's much easier than it sounds. So let's get into what the data tells us. The best time to post on Instagram overall. Let's start with the big picture. After analyzing those 9.6 million posts, we found that there were 3 times that consistently got the highest engagement. And they are Thursday at 9 a.m., Wednesday at 12 p.m., and then Wednesday at 6 p.m. So what's even more interesting than those specific times is the patterns that we uncovered in our analysis. So evening hours, specifically 6 p.m. to 11 p.m., consistently saw very strong engagement across almost every day of the week. This makes a lot of sense when you think about it. Over a third of Instagram users are between 25 and 34 years old, and they're probably checking the app in the evenings to unwind after work. Morning hours were generally the worst times to post, with one big exception, and that was Thursday mornings between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m., which showed surprisingly strong engagement. What's everyone up to on Thursday mornings? But I know what you're looking for. You want the best times to post on Instagram for every single day of the week. You got it. The best times to post on Instagram by day of the week. The best time to post varies quite a bit depending on the day. Let me break it down a little bit. By the way, if you don't feel like writing all of this down, I'm gonna link to a blog post down below where you can find all of these times listed out for your convenience. Or if you really want to save time, did you know that you can set these times as automatic posting slots in Buffer? If you would prefer to do that, just hop down to the relevant chapter marker to jump straight to that guide. Without further ado, Monday. On Monday, 7 p.m. is your sweet spot, with 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. also performing well. Monday mornings tend to underperform, which makes a lot of sense to me. People are getting back into work mode and probably not checking their socials as much. Then on Tuesday, again, 7 p.m. is best, followed by 3 p.m. and then 5 p.m. Tuesdays showed a really nice balance of afternoon and evening engagement, so your mileage will vary across the day. Wednesday is one of the strongest days overall. I highly recommend adding it to your posting schedule. Your best bet is going to be 12 p.m., but 6 p.m. and even 8 a.m. also perform exceptionally well. Wednesday, she's versatile. We love her. Then Thursday is our outlier. Thursday is the only day where morning hours, specifically 9 a.m., 8 a.m., and then 7 a.m., significantly outperform other times. So if you're an early poster, Thursday is the day you definitely want to be aiming for. Then Friday and Saturday. These are actually the worst days to post. Engagement significantly drops across all time slots. But if you must post on Friday for whatever reason, aim for 10 p.m. or 9 p.m. For Saturday, same thing, 10 p.m. or 9 p.m. are your best options. But honestly, save your best content for the weekdays. You want to try to avoid these days if you can. Then on Sunday, things pick back up a bit. Sunday is not a bad posting day. 9 p.m. is your best time, followed by 10 p.m. and then 8 p.m. Sunday evenings are probably when people are winding down their weekends and catching up on socials before starting the work week. So that is a great time to catch them. The best day of the week to post on Instagram. Now, if you're thinking, okay, that's great, but which day should I prioritize if I can only post a few times a week? This is the answer you need. We found that Wednesday is the best time to post on Instagram, followed closely by Thursday and then Tuesday. These midweek days consistently showed the highest engagement rates across multiple time slots. This tracks with what we know about how people use Instagram. On Mondays, people are getting back into work mode. They seem to not be scrolling as much, but by Wednesday, they're back on their phones. They settled into their week, they're taking lunch breaks, looking for a little bit of scroll time, which makes complete sense to me. Thursday continues that trend. Then by Friday, people are kind of checking out mentally, getting ready for the weekend when they're spending time with friends or family and not on their phones, which I think is delightful. The worst days, of course, are Friday and Saturday. They don't even come close to the rest of the week. So once again, I advise you maybe don't post on those days if you can avoid it. Weekend engagement drops significantly. People are out living their lives. They're not sitting on Instagram the way they are during the work week. Of course, this doesn't mean you should never post on weekends. As I said right at the beginning of this video, every single audience is different. So your specific audience may just have different engagement patterns. Maybe you have a younger following that's more active on the weekend, or you're in a niche where weekend engagement makes sense, then I highly recommend you test it out. But as a general rule, midweek tends to be where the magic happens in terms of engagement. Now, if you want to work smarter, not harder with optimal posting times, I highly recommend you watch this next section, setting up your buffer posting queue with the optimal posting times. Now, if you're thinking, okay, that sounds great, but I really don't want to manually schedule every single post at these specific times, be writing them down in a diary somewhere, I hear you. That sounds like a lot of admin, and that is personally not how I manage my own content, because this is where Buffer's posting queue really shines, because you can set it up once and then just add content whenever inspiration strikes and not even worry about the time that it goes out. Buffer will handle that for you. Bonus, and I don't think I've mentioned this yet, we update these optimal posting times regularly, so the data that you find there will always be the best source of truth on what the best times to post are in any given month. You might be watching this video in a few months' time and notice that the times in your buffer queue have shifted slightly if you update them following the steps that I'm going to outline in a minute. These times are actually the most accurate data that we have. Obviously, it's a lot easier to update that data in Buffer than it is for me to make a whole new video like this every month, maybe one day. So that will always be the most up-to-date time that we have. Also, bonus, we have this data for every platform that Buffer supports, including TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, X, Blue Sky, and more. So it's definitely worth checking out if you have those channels too. So let me show you exactly how to set this up. It's going to take you less than a minute. If you already have a Buffer account, if you don't have a free Buffer account, it's probably going to take you 2 minutes. So if you don't, you'll just need to head over to the first link in the caption below, sign up for Buffer, and follow the steps to connect your Instagram account. Again, super easy. And then you will find yourself in a place very similar to this. So to find your posting settings, you're going to need to select the channel that you want to set them for. So obviously we're going to do Instagram in this case. And then you're going to click on the little channel settings cog right next to the channel name at the top. You'll scroll down to posting slots, which you can see I've already set up over here. And then hit the generate new posting slots button, use recommended times, save recommendations, whatever they may be, and you will see them pop up in this little schedule recommended over here. And of course, you can adjust them based on whatever is going to work best for your audience. It's really easy to remove a time by clicking an X or adding a time every day, one day of the week. It's really straightforward. So once you are happy with everything, you can navigate away. Perhaps you want to go back to your queue and you will see all of the new posting times recommended in the queue, just like this. And then when you go to create a new post, if you select next available, it will use the next available posting slot in your queue. So you don't even need to think about the time. You've already set that up. You can just schedule that post by doing that, and you are good to go. So now that that is done, let's move on to how to find your personal best time to post. Now, all of the times that I've shared so far can be super helpful as a starting point. But as I've already mentioned, your best time to post might look totally different from someone else's. While there are general trends about when engagement tends to be higher, there is no one size fits all time that is going to work for absolutely everyone. For example, my personal Instagram audience is most active between 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. But for Buffer's brand Instagram account, our audience is most active between 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. Different audience, different behaviors. So how do you figure out what your personal best time to post is? You have two options. Option one is to use Instagram Insights. If you have a creator or a business account, you can access Instagram Insights right in the app. Once again, I'm going to walk you through this with my own account. So you're going to head over to your profile by tapping typing your profile picture on the bottom right, and then you will see a little button that says professional dashboard. You're going to tap on that, and then you will see something about followers, new followers. You will then need to scroll all the way down to the bottom of this section where you will find something that says most active times. Now, this is when your followers are online. You can toggle through different days of the week to see how their activity changes. It's worth noting that these are not recommended posting times in the way that we have them, but they are when your audience is most active, so they are definitely great times to experiment with as well. But if you are a Buffer user, there is a feature called Answers that does this automatically. It analyzes your account's performance and tells you your best time to post based on reach and engagement. But it doesn't stop there. It also shows you your best post types, best days to post, and how often you should be posting. It's like having your own personal social media analyst. Once you are signed up to Buffer and you have your Instagram account connected, it's really easy to find this information. You'll just need to head over to the analytics section. Pro tip, whatever tool you use, whether that is Buffer, Instagram's native insights, or another social media analytics tool, experiment with these times and make sure you are tracking your results. Post at different times, analyze the performance and adjust based on how your post performs. Your audience's behavior might change over time as well, so you should stay flexible and keep adjusting based on what you noticed in the metrics. Timing isn't everything. Before we wrap up, I want to share a couple of caveats. I mentioned this right at the beginning of this video, but it's really worthwhile knowing that even the most optimal timing in the world cannot save a weak post. So if your content isn't resonating with your audience, if it's not valuable or entertaining or engaging, posting at the perfect time is not going to fix that. Think of timing as the cherry on top of your strategy rather than the cake itself. So there you have it, the best times to post on Instagram in 2026, backed by data from 9.6 million posts. To recap, evening hours are your friend. Wednesday and Thursday are the strongest days of the week, and your personal best time is probably different from everyone else's. So use analytics to figure yours out. If you are looking to grow on Instagram, I highly recommend you check out my friend Sabrine's video. She has a growing following on Instagram and some excellent tips for building your audience. She also has a video on how to monetize, which is really fun. I'm gonna link to that as well, somewhere here or in the caption below. And if you are looking for the most up-to-date best posting times, you will find them right in Buffer. It's completely free. I hope you found this video helpful. I'll see you soon.